Hi everyone, we're going to take you through a match played of blue light familiars versus land destruction. So I didn't know it was land destruction, decided to be on the play, and I'm going to keep this hand. I think it's pretty good. We're going to lead off with the Evolving Wilds. Opponent leads on Arbor Elf, so we know it's definitely land destruction. I grab a Plains and jam immediately the Sunscape Familiar. It's important to try to get some mana advantage here. They go for the Acid Moss on the island, which I can't do anything about. My turn, I will just play out the Faithful and Preordain. Try to look for more islands, which I do find, and I end up topping both of those. Might have wanted to top, well, it doesn't matter the order, but I'm probably going to want to play the Evolving Wilds first. So they go ahead and kill my land. Can't do anything about it. I'll play out my wilds. This allows me to maintain a blue source, and next turn I'll have 2 blue sources. They go for Lava Flow, which I haven't seen before, but it is another destroy land. I would probably play Pillage over that, but I guess it can also take out a creature, so it's kind of flexible for them. They go for destruction on my plains. I can't do anything about it. So on my turn, I have Ephemerate, and here I decide that the upside of landing Muldrifter Ephemerate is enough to risk playing out the Chancery, so I just preordain, but I do draw a plane, so I don't have to play that out, and I can play my island and say go. Opponent will destroy my other island, and now I'm to the point where I have to just start playing out the bounce lands. I can't really do anything at this point, so if they whiff on land destruction, I can at least land Muldrifter Ephemerate. They have a boarding party into a land destruction with Acid Moss, and I just go ahead and scoop. There's really no point in playing out the next part of the game. So, here's game 2. Let's look at the sideboard. I have removed all of my Faithfuls, and my Last Breath main, my Sages for Denizen, and my Deep Analysis, and I have brought in pretty much all my counterspells, all the negates and things. All the negates, the counterspell. See how it goes. I'm on the play. I'm going to keep this hand. The plan is going to be Evolving Wilds first, fetch a plains, and then slam the Sunscape Familiar. Hopefully we can draw more lands, but the important thing is to continuously get Sunscape Familiars out. That way one island is going to be enough to do some spells casting. So I play my wilds. They have growth, so I'll just get a plains. And I end up just go ahead and play out the Sunscape Familiar. Opponent plays Bonder's Ornament on turn 3, which is extremely good for us. So let's see what we can do. I decide to snap the Arbor Elf, play out the Sunscape Familiar, and play my Deep Analysis. I didn't have a way to counter any of the early land destruction like the green spells. Could have potentially held up Hydroblast, but I thought it was important to draw cards. Opponent replays the Arbor Elf and doesn't do anything, so that's perfect for me. It kind of means that it looks like they're holding a bunch of Cascade dudes in their hand, and I end up drawing another Hydroblast. So let's see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and draw cards with Deep Analysis. I think that makes sense because I don't want to play out the plains and not have more lands. It's kind of a bummer here that I drew in Ash Barrens. So it means I'm going to have to play at the plains and then try to hold up the negate. At least I have that though. I'm trying to get as much blue mana on the field as I can. So opponent gets a mountain. Here they go for Acid Moss on the Chancery, and I will cycle the Ash Barrens and negate. Cycle the Barrens to get a blue island. and we'll negate. I remember while I was playing this, I kind of forgot that there was a negate in my hand, and I was thinking I was dead, but it's good we had that. Don't really want a second Chancery, but at least I can play out the Archaeomancer and get back negate. And they go ahead and scoop because they don't have enough counterspells to stop them, and they didn't really have any land destruction to stop me. So let's go to the next game. Being on the draw against land destruction is very sketchy. This hand, let's see what I decide to do. I did mulligan. Okay, that makes sense to me, I think, because it was very slow. It had a balanced land. It was pretty likely to get disrupted on turn 2. Here, I think I'm going to keep this and put back the Ephemerate or the Mole Drifter. Let's see. Keep. Put back. I put back the Archaeomancer. Okay. Maybe I'm just thinking that it'll take a while to get to that. Definitely the first thing I'm going to do is play out the Evolving Wilds. They can't target the Evolving Wilds on their turn, so they play Vonner's Ornament, and I'm going to get a Plains in response so that I can kill the Vonner's Ornament if I want to. Basically, if they don't have anything and they activate it, seeing as how they mold, let's see how they mold to 6 cards. If they go ahead and activate it, I'm going to kill it in response. But I did draw a negate, so now I can just play the island and pass. All right, on their turn, they go for land destruction spell, and I will negate. Now on my turn, I happen to top deck a Sunscape Familiar, so I will just play that and then Chancery back to Plains. Now, it's likely that they'll blow up the Chancery. Let's see. They do, which is unfortunate. I end up drawing an island. I think I'm going to, so I play out the Plains, and I slam the Seagate Oracle, trying to draw into some counter magic. They only have 1 card in hand. I end up taking the Snap since I have a land drop for next turn. Let's see what they do. They're going to Acid Moss the island, which is unfortunate. But now, okay, let's see. I'm going to get in, and then I think I'm going to wait. And if they happen to have a land destruction spell like an Ephemerate and try to draw a counterspell, and if they go for the Bonder's Ornament, draw. So they go for the Bonder's Ornament, draw here, and I have the Nature's Chant. They don't have a follow-up play, and now I'm in a great spot because I can Drifter Ephemerate. So I attack, and I decide to just Ephemerate my own guy. They go for Red Elemental Blast on it, so I will snap it back and replay it. I'll untap both the blue sources. This gives me the best opportunity. Well, it doesn't matter, but I want to hold up a blue source in case I draw a negate. I find Ash Baron's Plains, so I'll just take the Ash Barons. That lets me get Plains or Island depending on what they destroy on their turn. And the opponent goes for Lava Flow on the Plains, so I'll just fetch up another Plains. And here I decide to, looks like, evoke the Drifter and play Mortuary Mire. Let's see. Yes. Okay, so we evoke the Drifter and then I play Mortuary Mire to get back the Drifter. And I did draw another one. So they kill my island. I'm going to grab another island, and I decide to hold up Hydroblast now. And it was lucky that I did because I get to counter this boarding party. But they have Pyroblast in response. So they get to hit me for 6. I'm not going to block. And on my turn, I'm just going to plan on playing the Mole Drifter and then double blocking the boarding party to kill it. They draw a card and play an Arbor Elf, and I'm going to double block here. Now I can play out the Sunscape Familiar, snap the Arbor Elf, and play my Mole Drifter. I end up drawing Sunscape Familiar, Ghostly Flicker. This is very good because now I can Ghostly Flicker my lands to save them. They replay the Arbor Elf and draw a card, and play Thermokarst on an island. I can still just play out Sunscape Familiar. I think that's a good plan. Decide to go for the hard cast. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot right now that I had two Sunscapes in play. So I go for the hard cast Mole Drifter and hold up Flicker on my islands, and we attack. They go for the Acid Moss, and I'm just going to Flicker here. They have Pyroblast in response. It's not terrible, but we're getting low on lands, and they're still drawing cards. They happen to just top deck a land, which is good, and I did as well, so I play out the Evolving Wilds and attack, and I'll play out my Sunscape Familiar, and pass. They draw a card, don't have a play, and let's see. Could be a consideration to flickering both of these on their end step. I only have 2 islands left. It looks like I'm trying to save them. Here, this is basically, I think, where we're going to win. So we can just Ghostly Flicker both of the islands, and then that is a ritual, basically. So we tap both of these and flicker both, and then play Arcane Answer, get back Flicker, Ephemerate, get back a negate, and then we have the game locked up. So we attack. I go for the ritual with the Flicker. I play the Arcane Answer, get back Flicker, and then Ephemerate, and they have conceded. So we happen to get a little bit lucky. Opponent happened to get kind of unlucky, but I think I played as well as I could for this specific game, and it ended up working out. Thanks. Hope you liked this example of how to play familiars against land destruction.